Going on, guys? In today's video, we're going to be ranking the top draft positions in fantasy football this year. There's not a bad pick in each draft, but these are the picks we had the most success drafting it, and we'd like to share it with you guys.
Okay, starting us off, we got our S tier with the 1.01 and the 1.02. We think that this is by far the best two spots to be in for the draft this year. You're getting either Gibbs or Bijan, which with either of these picks. And for me, really, why I have the 1.01 ahead of the 1.02 is that you get the choice between your guy. You get to get your guy instead of sitting there and waiting and let the person decide for you. So that's why I prefer the 1.01 to the 1.02.
And
And
especially this year, I feel like there's a clear cut 1 and 2. In my opinion, Bijan and Gibbs, and we've seen in previous videos, I'm more of a Bijan guy. So for me, those picks are interchangeable, but by far the best two picks in the draft this season.
and on the 2-3 turn with both the 101 and 102, you got some elite caliber players that can really make your squad what it is.
I really do think the second round this year is better than it really ever has been, and being able to get one of these best options in the game with those elite caliber options, like you said, at the 2-3 turn, I really do think it's by far the two best picks in the draft this year. All right, starting off our A tier, we got the 1.05.
And with the 1.05 pick, in a way, you're kind of forced to take a receiver, but you still get that top receiver at the 105 pick. But you also have the higher pick on the next running back you're trying to take in the next round. In my opinion, if I had the 105, I'm going receiver, then running back. I don't want to double up in receiver because it kind of hurts you, especially this year. I have a feeling a lot of running backs are going to start going really early, and the 105 gives you the chance to take a top receiver and the better running back on the turn.
Yeah, I think the double receiver strat in the first round is really one of the worst strategies this year. I think the running backs really do go out quick, so having your RB1 pick in the third round potentially would suck, which is why I have the 1.05 above the 1.03 and the 1.04, because you have the chance to get a running back, one of these elite running backs here, compared to where the 1.03 and 1.04, if none of those running backs fall to you, you're really forced into taking a receiver or tight end there, which would suck.
Yeah, and we have the 103 over the 104 simply because we think Jamar Chase is the best receiver in all of fantasy football this year. Only reason why we have that pick above the 104.
Okay, and starting off our B tier, we got the 1.12, our first late pick.
So with the 112, you're getting two elite players in the first and second round. I think you should go double running back, which gives you such an advantage at the running back position. You got guys like Saquon, Genty, James Cook that could all be perfect fits for your team. And also in the third and fourth round, there's some really good receivers out there for you. Like we got Ladd, Higgins. Sometimes Zay Flowers could follow you there too. So yeah, we like this pick a lot, and it's a perfect spot for the sixth best pick in the draft.
Yeah, I think at the 1.12, if you're able to pair up like Ashton Genty and Saquon Barkley or James Cook, any of those three, you get a bunch of upside and safe floor there. And then, like you said, at that 3-4 turn, there really are good receiver options that you can pair. I really do think that is the perfect strategy if you're drafting late this year in drafts.
Yeah, like you said, when I've been drafting at the 112, that's the most success I've had finding receivers in the 3-4 turn, which kind of helps you out in a way because you can find out which running backs you want to take on the turn in the first two rounds, which is very beneficial to your draft.
I also think it's very stress-free throughout the year when you actually have two good running backs. You don't have to worry about your RB2 being Bashaw Tuden and he's not playing after the first 2 weeks. So I definitely think two running backs in the first 2 rounds is a great strategy, of course.
100.
You give way more security at running back.
Okay, and finishing off our B tier, we got the 1.06 and 1.07. And these two picks are pretty comparable as they're right next to each other, of course. But I just think with the 1.06, you're going to get Amon-Ra or CMC. You get the choice of those two. I would prefer Amon-Ra, but you get the choice of those two, and you're still getting an elite running back in round 2 if you do decide to go receiver in round 1. But if you do go CMC round 1, you still get an elite receiver option. You can get Rashee Rice, you can get AJ Brown, you can get Drake London. So you can really it's really a good choice for whichever way you go with running back or receiver. And in round 2, it's great options there all around.
I like your point that you made about the 1.06 and the 1.07. It's because at the 107, you're waiting on what the guy's doing at the 106 between CMC or Amon-Ra. At 106, you have that choice. And then maybe at 107, you panic pick. You don't really know who you're going to take. So therefore, we got the 106 higher.
And for our C tier, we got the 1.11 and 1.10.
And with the 111 and 110, you can still go to that strategy with the 112. We're going double running back. You could also go with the receivers like Jefferson and CD could fall there. But we just like the 112 a little better just because of the back-to-back you can get. And it's just you get a better position to draft having back-to-back picks. And also the 106, 107 ahead of it strictly because you get that a way more elite player with CMC or Amon-Ra.
Yeah, well, I prefer the 1.12 is you get your choice between the two guys that are there, and you don't have to wait and hope. And I kind of just think that for the 1.06 and 1.07, like you said, you're going to get the elite player in round one, which you're not getting here at these picks.
Yep. And it's easier to go if you're because I think the best draft strategy in all of this year is to go double running back. And I feel like at the 112, you have the better option to go double running back than you do at the 111 and 110.
Yeah, because you might be forced to take receiver in round two if, say, all the running backs that go
All the running backs go.
round 1, 2, yeah, the turn. All
Exactly.
right. And finishing off our D tier, we got the 1.09 and 1.08.
And with the 109 and the 108, in my opinion, here is you're missing out on the top 7 players. In my opinion, there's a top contestant, there's a top players overall in Bijan, Gibbs, Chase, Puka, JSN, CMC, and Amon Ra. You miss out on all those guys. And on the other hand of it, you find a way to get yourself a worse second round pick. I'm not saying it's a horrible pick. You're not going to draft a horrible team from that spot, but all the other spots I'd rather pick from, just because you miss out on that top 7 players, and maybe in some instances you could lose out on the top running backs in the beginning of that, in the beginning at the end of the first round, early second round.
Yeah, it really is just the main thing. You're not getting an elite player in any round, which really does suck, which is definitely why these are the worst 2 picks you can get stuck with in the draft this year.
You don't want to be reaching on some players, taking them above value, in my opinion. I mean, go ahead, pick your guys, get your guys, but we'll see come draft day if the picks really start to change a little bit.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Those are our rankings from the 1.01 to the 1.12. We hope you enjoyed. Make sure you check out all our videos down below, our links as well to our Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. We'll see you in the next one.